I'm doing well. I'm chilling in good old California, so I'm doing okay.
Aren't you lucky? I'm in good old Indianapolis, Indiana, and it's about 25 degrees.
No, I bet it's freezing.
It's been snowing for 2 days nonstop. It's horrible.
No. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sorry you're there, but I'm happy I'm here.
You should be. You're on the Roadshow tour with Third Day and Skillet and and one of the best lineups I've ever seen in Christian music. How's it going?
It's going great. It's so exciting. I mean, I am a fan of Skillet and such a fan of Third Day and all these bands I hear. So, I mean, it's super exciting. Like, it's really cool. It's always really cool when it's bands that you've been listening to since you were a kid, but then when it's also really cool new bands as well. So, yeah, I'm having a good time. It's awesome.
Yeah, I've been listening to Skillet since Alien Youth in like 99 or 2000. I finally got to meet John last year in May, and it was just awesome. It's just everyone on that tour just looks like it just looks like a really down to earth tour backstage is the impression I get from the lineup, and it just looks awesome.
Yeah. It's super chill on this tour, which is awesome. It's not like mad stressful. It's just like everybody's just chilling, working for the goals.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, and you did Winter Jam a couple of years ago, last year. And it's
just 1 year ago, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like somewhat of a similar layout. What appeals to you as an artist about tours like Winter Jam and the Roadshow, and what makes you want to continue to do those tours?
Yeah, I think one of the things that's really big for me is that these remind me of the shows that I went to when I was a kid and the shows that really meant a lot to me. And just honestly being specific, Roadshow I think is a newer tour, but Winter Jam has been out for about as long as I've been born, or alive rather. And I went to Winter Jam growing up. And I think tours like this are appealing to me because I remember being that 15, 16-year-old kid in the crowd and, not really knowing what kind of music you like, trying to, or like being specific about I only like this kind of stuff, but being introduced to new styles and new kinds of music and just having a good time enjoying and appreciating different styles of music, but some music that's still glorifying the same name that you worship as well. But also just, as kids and as teens, we connect so well with music and we learn so much from music, and so it's just really cool to learn so much and then grow by listening to music and such.
Awesome. And for you, you're moving on. You're about to release your sophomore album, your second one, and so you're still pretty early into your studio record career and touring career. What do tours like the Roadshow do for a young artist like yourself, who's still somewhat coming up a little bit?
Yeah, it's amazing, like, just to see the response. Like, it always blows me away that people know the songs and stuff like that, and that they would sing along, and I'm always very appreciative of that. But it's just really cool to sing the songs and to play new songs and see people responding, but to play songs that people already know, and it's exciting just to get your music out there and for people to, be encouraged by our music. So it's awesome because you kind of get to play the show, play songs that, you're like, as you get ready to prepare for, headline tours and stuff like that, or tours where you're playing longer, you kind of get to use these tours to, be like, do you guys like these songs? Do you like these songs? And see how it goes, and really learn from other people, I'm standing out there every night the day's playing and trying to catch as much as skills right after me, so sometimes I'm really worn out right when I'm done. But I'm taking notes from these guys. It's really good for us younger artists to be out with them because we can learn so much from the way they perform, the way they interact with people backstage, the way they interact with fans. So yeah, it's just a really good learning experience for us. We'll never be at the point where we've learned it all.
Awesome. And you were actually out here in Indianapolis almost exactly a month ago with Toby Mac on the Hits Deep, and that was, again, another just outstanding lineup. And I would assume it's kind of the same where, somebody like Toby, who's been in the game for 20 some years, you can just, there's so much you can absorb from artists like him that you can translate over into your performances and your songwriting, the way you carry yourself as an artist. Is it pretty much the same?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How was that touring with Toby on the Hits Deep? Because that was a great package lineup there. And I caught you on the last date of that tour too, which is always fun for me to see the last date of a tour because so much happens.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely awesome tourism. I've been touring at Toby for about 3 years, actually, and so it's just really awesome to be on the road with Toby and to learn so much from him as well. I mean, my very first concert ever was DC Talk in Carmen when I was a little girl. My parents took my sister and I, and so to see that show and to to be honest, I didn't really remember it completely because I was like 2 or 3 years old. But to actually get to like see that tour as a little girl, and then to grow up and get to share the stage with that same artist and to learn so much. But also just to hear your favorite songs like being played live, and to hear that he still does old school DC Talk songs. He just mixes them up and does them in a new way, and that's always exciting, and it's always and just encouraging and inspiring to see that show.
Awesome. Now you're getting ready to release Ready to Fly, which comes out, I think, 2 weeks from yesterday, I think.
Yeah, it's in 12 days. Yep.
It's crazy that it's coming up finally. It's kind of a fun situation for you, I would assume. The album's releasing in mid-tour, so you get to start promoting the record that's been released while you're on tour. How exciting is that for you? And you've got to be ready to just play some of these songs live. I mean, the album's been done for a while, I'd assume. You finally get to play some of these songs.
Yeah, I mean, I've already, some of my shows, I'm already kind of sneaking some of them in and, starting to play some of the songs that off the new record, and be like, oh, yeah, I hear a new song, and playing, just sneaking in songs that are totally new, but at the same time, I'm trying to hold my reins a little bit, too, because I'm really ready to just, hit it with the new record and just all of a sudden have all these new songs and stuff. It's exciting. I mean, I will always stay true to the first record, and, there's cheesy, and I mean, in a good way, the cheesy of fun, cotton candy, lollipop kind of sound of dancing through flowers, that kind of vibe. That's always going to be who I am musically, but I'm really excited about the new record too, because I was able to musically and vocally just kind of and lyrically go a new place. So it's really exciting to finally get to share that with everyone.
Awesome. Your debut had so much success. I mean, the Dove Award for Best New Artist, Grammy nomination, all that. Did you feel any pressure going in to sit down and make Ready to Fly to maybe meet, live up to the success or expectations you have from the first record? How do you separate yourself from that to make something completely new?
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely, while I was working on this record, I was always on the extreme. I was either on the extreme, oh my gosh, everybody's, gonna hate this, I have to do a good job. Or I was on the extreme, I cannot wait for people to hear this is gonna be awesome, It's one of those things where, fortunately, the latter was more prominent. I would definitely get in those moments where I would get nervous and people wouldn't like it, or just that I wasn't sure what they were gonna say, or, this is a different style, or, is this lyrically too deep, or is this song too low, vocally, what are people going to think? Is this tempo too slow? Should I pick the song up and make it happier? But then at the same time, I would just think about the fact that I started making music, when I was 6 or 7 years old. I started to sing because I wanted to make Jesus happy and I wanted to talk to him. Not that I can't talk to him just with talking, but I found a different way to talk to him. And so as long as I keep doing that, I think my albums will be a success. But at the same time, it is kind of hard because of what the first record did. It's a little nerve-wracking. I want that to happen again. But, if that does happen again with what happened with the first record, or if more happens, I'll be grateful, I'll be excited. But at the same time, if this is as far as I go, I'm doing what I feel called to do, and I have incredible people that I know will support me. So I'm just excited for the new record. Kind of whatever happens. I think will be fun.
Awesome, yeah. It's been an amazing career for you so far, and it's hard to believe everything you've accomplished. You're just now going into the second record. There's so much more ahead of you, and the record turned out absolutely awesome, in my opinion. I absolutely loved it. I listened to it again.
Thank you.
I listened to it again 2 or 3 times last night, I think.
Yes.
It is absolutely outstanding. You did a great job and lived up to any expectations and surpassed any that I could have had for it.
Well, thank you so much. Yes. Thank you.
And Jamie, thank you so much. I know that you got to run. You've got a show tonight, and thank you so much for taking time to talk to me. It's been absolutely awesome.
Oh, of course, and thank you. Sorry if I'm a little boring. We're in California, and I'm from Atlanta, so I'm trying to process the jet lag, and we're just a little out of it. So thank you for dealing with me. I appreciate it.
Not boring in the least bit. It's been great for me. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for chatting with me. I appreciate it.